Raika has gotten new support recently, and we quickly found out it is quite a formidable deck. But can it go up against another recent formidable deck of ours, Fiendsmith? This is going to be an ugly game if I've ever seen one. So, I think I'm going to potentially go first, because I feel like I'm very experienced with Fiendsmith now. If I get a good hand, I feel like I can stop you, and, you know, I'll give you a chance to look at your cards. Even though I do like going second with this deck. And looking at this hand, going second would have been marvelous, but here we stand. So, I think what is going to be the immediate play. I can add a light fiend monster to my hand, which I kind of already have, so we don't need to go crazy hard on it. But yeah, we're going to start with Magical Musketeer Starfire. By using Starfire, we'll be able to get one additional piece of material to the field, which is going to be kind of necessary. So Tractus will allow us to add the Fiendsmith to the hand. Really, I could add many things, but Fiendsmith is perfectly fine here. And honestly, we can just discard him, because we just want things to be in the graveyard. And I'd like to have a Magical Musket for next turn, because that's always nice. Starfire can then go off and just get me another Magic Musket card to the field. In this case, I'll do a Casper. Casper can then search other cards once I, have the ability to do so, which is wonderful. Now, we're going to try to do the old Fiendsmith Climb. So, starting with, I suppose I'll use a Magical Musketeer Max just because one more Light Fiend in the graveyard, one more piece of material to return. So, no downside of it. And then Requiem. Requiem will activate. Special summon a Fiendsmith monster. And now here's where we're at an impasse. I can either keep my Casper on the field, or I can use things in my graveyard to try to set myself up. And I think I'm going to go for the graveyard play. So, we will use the Fiendsmith from graveyard, return to the deck max. So, that's 2 of these coming out of here, but that does mean I get 2 Fiendsmiths on the field. Now, I need 3 light monsters in the graveyard to get the full benefit here, but we'll get 2 of them just like this, so it'll be enough. We can then activate Sequentia and fusion summon 1 fusion monster. So through this all, thanks to Starfire, I was able to keep Casper on the field and have an additional musket and get Dies Irae out here. We'll use, of course, these, and I guess I can keep a Fiendsmith in the graveyard and just return Starfire. Why not? Or we can just keep Requiem right there to use later. Sure! We'll return all of them. So this way we'll get maximum charges out of this Dies Irae. Now we will equip. Going right here. Now on turns where I can special summon more than this, I can get additional things out of my extra deck. If I didn't have already good Magic Musket cards in my hand, then I'd probably turn Casper into like a Little Knight or something else, maybe a Muckraker. But we're in a position now where it's okay. We can just go with this. So we'll just use Sequentia as equip material for this. And we have 3 target negates as well as some lovely, lovely Magic Musket cards in hand. I will end my turn there.
Yeah. So you have basically spot negates right now?
Yes, but I have to fire them all at once.
Yeah.
So we'll see when I choose to do that, which is tricky with a link deck, because like I can't just hit your material, then you're just gonna link it off into something else. And a lot of your stuff is very versatile with the way it summons. So I don't know what the perfect targets are gonna be here, but I will be looking for them.
I'm gonna activate my Raika.
All right, negate.
This will allow me to special summon.
Excellent start.
My Raika.
Alright, at least that's from your hand.
But then I also special summon by sending away my Predaplan Bislip.
Ooh.
My Raika and Marukubi. Marukubi's effect. And the effect of my Bislip.
Marakube gets you that really good spell card, doesn't he?
He gets me 2 cards.
Yeah. I think I am going to have to stop that, so we'll fire it off now. I know you will be able to still go into your Link monster, but that's just going to have to be how we play. Wish I could hit the one in your graveyard, too.
Yeah.
But it still goes off. And, yeah. Really, I'm just stopping one effect with that. Ah, interesting. Okay.
Then, using both my monsters, bring out my Raika. But luckily, my monster can activates from the graveyard.
Yep.
So,
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Good for you.
and then I'll also normal summon my Predaplant.
Oh gosh. Yep. So much. He's using his whole hand. Wasn't ready for all this. Alright.
Yep. You'd be surprised, Xylo.
Alright, we gotta fire our next trick now. Yeah. I'm going to fire Cross Domination to drop the effect off of Ugamanushu. And Casper gets to fire off. Letting me search another wonderful musket card. In this position, I'm going to grab a Desperado. I feel like that can save me. But you do have...
Does that negate the entire row, or is it just that one card?
No, just the card. That's a single target.
So I'm thinking back to Mech Knights. Okay.
Maybe. I mean, obviously, I do things regarding columns as well, but I don't stop entire rows. I just need to use effects to activate cards in certain columns. All right, what does he do? He switches out for that.
Yeah. Do you have another?
I just searched it. I think I'm going to go for it.
Oh, right.
Let's pop. Pop the Cobra. That might be everything I have. But it's probably enough.
I'm going to use a trick that you have, Xylo.
Okay, you're banishing material, which... Is it helpful? Oh no, it is!
As we discussed earlier, you can stop the effect, but you can't stop the cost sometimes.
Yeah, one of those weird rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! You can, even if you're negated, cost still goes off. Which does mean only getting one card added, but hey, that's something. Alright, now let's have some fun. Reasoning! See how many light fiends I can get into my graveyard here? Ooh. So what do you do here? Destroy them and... Up to the number. Did you just target my Sequentia?
Yeah, I can't target your monster.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's no harm in me just activating this effect now. I don't assume you're going to have a violent hand trap to ruin my day. So, we'll go for all that. Negate 3 effects. Alright, what's being summoned? Oh, fun! Actually, this is perfect for right now. I can finally use it in full effect. Magician Souls. I activate it, and I will target these 2 cards, so I no longer have negates. Obviously, I've already used it. But I get to draw 2 out of it. Wonderful. Now, for fun, we can go and summon ourselves Max using Casper. I guess we could have potentially used Casper's effect as well, but that's okay. Max will... Do I want to add a trap or a monster? I got plenty of monsters, so let's add Magical Musket, Spell, and Traps. I think just getting an additional... You know what? We're going to grab the Last Stand, so we have a spell negation to go along with our little combo here. And we can bring Starfire over here. What additional effects can we do from the graveyard? Of course, we can set up our Dies Irae, but I think we're just going to do a quick run to a Lacrimosa, in fact. So Max can get out of here. We can use Requiem to special summon that Fiendsmith monster just by sending itself away. There it goes. And I think it may be safe enough to go right for Lacrimosa with the Sequentia like so. Yeah. No harm in it at all. So we'll do it. Activate Fusion Summon. Obviously, I can summon another Dies Irae, but we'll get Lacrimosa by using from the graveyard Max and Fiendsmith. Those can just return to be used forever and ever and ever. It can use its effect. And when it's summoned, target a Light Fiend monster in your graveyard or banished. Add it to your hand. Lovely. Let's get that Casper back, shall we? Everything else in the graveyard is very useful for just material sake. So we'll keep that here. Oh no, we can just special summon him. Great. So now we're in a position where we have Sequentia and 2 extra materials out. What fun can we have? I don't have anything ridiculously mean in this deck, but certainly mean enough. We'll go for this. Underworld Goddess. Lovely. And yeah, obviously we can equip all these things to these guys, so they will never have to fear for their lives ever again. We'll grab one of you, equip it to you. I have more cards I could play, but I don't think it'll be entirely necessary. So let's just attack and actually not have everything necessary.
Yeah.
I didn't actually do the math before clicking things here. So we will get this guy out here. Not that he can really do anything in this situation. But attack there. And attack here. You technically live, but I can do... You know, I think I might be able to just stretch out the win right here. So let's be a little cheeky and just summon really anything. Let's go for Muckraker by using these two. And when Lacrimosa goes away, he gets to return cards to the deck and burn. Yay! Very nice. A little burn win there. But that's what happens when I am able to stop you. Would you like to go first instead this time?
Yes, I would.
Darn it! Mario's getting a little more confident lately with going first, and it's scary.
Activate my Allure of Darkness, sending that away.
Yeah, you know,
I was kind of hoping for the
deck.
perfect.
Okay. Ooh, had to get rid of one of your Raikas.
I get to bring them back anyway. Banish doesn't really mean anything to me.
Not for long.
Just like this, it actually benefits me because now I can return a banished card to the deck in order to special some.
Yep, very good. So you want to have banished targets. So Allure of Darkness is massive. Assuming you have the right deck balance, which seems like you do.
Mm-hmm. It's essentially just a free, free to draw cards. Plus one card.
It's very nice.
Let's see. I'm going to normal summon my Predaplant. Then, using both these cards, then bring out my Predaplant.
Okay.
Activating to bring back my insect.
I am getting scared. I have like minor plays that I can go into here, but if they start getting stopped.
I know one card that's gonna stop you.
All right, let's see it.
This one. And when you activate a monster effect, no other hand effects go off.
Okay. Does that stop? I mean, partially. I really don't know what you're trying to say there. What hand effects do I need?
A lot of your, a lot of cards that activate from your spell cards to your trap cards, everything. Your, your Magic Musketeers, they won't activate.
I can just activate them on the field, though.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like, now that this card is in rotation, meaning during my turn after this,
true,
you won't be able to. You won't.
I gotta destroy it to move forward anyway, so. But yes, if that does win the duel, then I will have a problem. Yes. All right. So we got a nice spread of material here. We got that, and what's the Musha Takoro do again? Nothing right now, so I might be able to play with impunity. Let's find out. Let's start with, unfortunately, the magical musket card I have is Doc, so we'll just utilize that and go straight to max. Max, I can get 2 monsters or 2 spells. Considering I've already normal summoned, let's just go for spells. So there's me searching. Ooh, wonderful. Now, I can activate, well, let's see if I can do this. Neither player can activate, oh, just monster effects from the hand. Never mind, I can do whatever I want. Alright, well, let's negate that. Yeah, it says right in your first line, monster effects. I was like, wondering, why is this a threat to me? It's not, lovely. So, this will add to my hand a Desperado, and I suppose Crossdom. Well, I already have Crossdom. Do we add something else? Maybe. Dancing Needle is not going to help you because you love when your stuff is banished. So, yeah, we'll do Crossdom. Even just destroying helps you a little bit. Alright, that's going to go off. Can I just rush at him right now? I think I can, so let's...
I don't think it negates it, so...
Yeah. Let's just go to destroy him immediately and see if it works out. Nice. I guess I could have used my crooked crown a little more efficiently, but that's okay. We'll play it now. Now, what is the course of action here? We will go into Requiem. We just got to play kind of straightforward Fiendsmith now. We'll activate Sanctus. And might as well activate Requiem as well and hope it doesn't negate our Sanctus. Okay, here we go. More pieces. So there we have plenty of material to go right into Sequentia. No need to complicate things at all. And we can use... I think we just use it as is. Yep, we got plenty of material in the graveyard for it. So, I really should have rushed to use my cross doms while I had a magic musket on the field, admittedly. But we might be able to win this out with just Fiendsmith. So we will try it. Using you, and you, and you. And we'll put him out right here in the middle. Almost put him in defense mode. That would have been tragic. And we'll equip him with Requiem for the damage. And we'll equip him with Sequentia, because that's really all we have. Set another card, why not? And battle. Now, what happens when I attack this boy? Well, him going in the graveyard's only a matter of time until he comes back out, but for now, we're okay. So we're stuck right here, which is a good place to be, all things considered. But depending on what you get, you might be able to rebuild it pretty far back up. So let's go. I think I can stop whatever you do here, but it's your graveyard effects that are the scariest thing. In fact, I think I should have... well, no, those... I needed to get them off the field and then get them out of the graveyard, so the order of things wouldn't have worked perfectly anyway. But yeah, getting those out of your graveyard would have been nice.
It's not even your Fiendsmiths that are doing it. It's just the magical musketeers that are just...
It comes down to one or the other. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to use my magic musket stuff to just soften the field so I can just come out and use this. So your Beast Split comes out, and yeah, he can play, sure. They'll swap out, and then of course we're gonna activate as soon as this target hits the field. Yep. So he's here, but he has no effect, and I have more damage.
I do hate that it doesn't allow me to chain to your thing as if it's unchainable.
It might be. Not entirely sure. So that's going off. Oh yeah, you can just switch him out at least. So, I stop your first pick from coming, but you get a play.
Unfortunately, that's all I can do.
Ooh, okay.
It won't let me activate the thing.
Yeah, I think you got nothing else in the graveyard for him.
Do I? Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have any more Raikas. If I could have started climbing up farther and farther and done more.
Yeah. So immediately I can do this. Add a light fiend monster. And in this position, it's very clear and straightforward that I'm going to get a magical musket, so I can use that. I will have to get rid of one of my copies of Crossdom. But in this situation I'm in, I think... How do I even use Crooked Crown, man? I have no idea. Like, special summon, I guess I should have already used it right there, but I didn't see any prompting. So I'm just bad at Crooked Crown. It's fine. We're just going to use Crossdom to activate Starfire's effect. I obviously don't need to negate your effect, but Starfire gets me more monsters out. And let's see if I can just go crazy right here. Sure, we'll put Casper out. How much is in my graveyard right now? Not enough to do everything in the world. So let's just use one of these. And Max will get me one spell, I guess. Is there anything worth really doing? I guess if I had put Casper in that lane, it might have been different. Well, not too late, is it? Dancing Needle. Just to do it. And we will get... Really don't have anything worth getting out of your graveyard anymore, but... That's perfectly fine. And then we can just chain to all the Fiendsmith stuff. I think... Yeah, I need to get some more damage on the field, otherwise I'd just go for game. But activate, special summon Fiendsmiths. Completely going to overload my field here, but it's going to be worth it. And then, can we bring one from the graveyard? Do we got one sitting in there? I'd love to. Well, I don't have any more Magic Musket cards, admittedly, but I'd love to be able to have that. No, I don't have a lot of monsters in my graveyard at all. So, what is my field effect? I should stop ignoring it so much. Target one equipped card and one monster on the field, send them to graveyard? Of course! Why wouldn't I? So I could have done that in an order just to keep everything banished. But that's okay. At 0 anyway, obviously. And we'll go into Sequentia. He'll be out here. Then fusion summon one Fiend Fusion. Very simple. Just do another Lacrimosa. I don't know if there's benefit to like having both out on the field. Haven't paid enough attention to it. But there's nothing wrong with doing so. So we'll keep that Fiendsmith in the graveyard in case I can use him to any good effect. And then Lacrimosa can special summon. Oh, never mind. If I go into Lacrimosa more often, he can just bring out a magical musket at the end of the turn. So maybe I will do that more often just for that purpose. But either way, should have put that in attack mode. We'll just put a Requiem on. Ooh, we actually will have to put it on Lacrimosa if they want any material. And I don't think we can put Requiem on something twice. Now, what is the play? Is it to go into something with these guys? Not with my current extra deck build. Let's just go for damage, because it looks like I have it. So, Lacrimosa, do your thing. Dias Irae, do your thing. And then we'll let Sequentia, just because I left him in attack mode, do it. Also, we do have the 1200 burn off Lacrimosa still, if we needed it. But that seems to be enough for me. Yeah. So, a weakness of Raika seemed to just be, you know, cards that can selectively negate them.
It's also just spamming spells and traps. They can target, they can counter against monster effects, which you saw.
True, and that'll counter a lot of decks. But having more than just that.
But Magical Musketeers is that. Because if we're being honest, if it was just Fiendsmith, I could get around all their effects.
I think so.
But it's the Magical Musketeers that just made it. That just said, okay, so you're stopping all monsters? We're just going to use nothing but spells and traps.
Admittedly, I did have a card on the field that clears the field. That's a Fiendsmith card as well. But the first duel, I didn't have it, so I wouldn't have come into play. Yeah, just having both ways to go after you works out significantly. Because, yeah, like I can stop your monster effects on field with Fiendsmith, but your graveyard effects are the scary ones. Just being able to overwhelm you with that plus a bunch of spell cards you can't stop is fantastic. So that worked out well for Fiendsmith. I still stand by Raika being a very strong deck, and, you know, perhaps we'll see them against a more monster-centric deck sometime soon. Obviously, Fiendsmith only have one main deck monster so far. More will hopefully come in the future, but if it doesn't, well, they still seem to play pretty significantly. So, comment down below what you want to see next, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and we will see you then.
See ya, folks.